driving. Sorry if it's shaky. I'm on a highway to hell, per usual, and it's winter, almost spring, but it doesn't look like it outside, so that's fine. Anyways, there's a lot going on in my life, and usually when I say there's a lot going on in my life, I mean I have 2 doctor's appointments in 1 week, and that's just like overwhelming to me. But now there's a lot more going on in my life. It's a lot more complicated, and I mean complicated as in like there's a legal issue going on, and it's basically has the possibility of jeopardizing my whole entire family. And to be quite honest, my family's probably going to be broken up. So that's great. And I'm at the point where I'm just like having to figure out what's going to be next for me, and I kind of have to make a game plan, which is really hard for me because of my anxiety. Like, I need to know for me, I need to know what's going to be the next step. And because of this situation being a legal situation, I don't know what's going to happen. It could go a couple ways, but I don't really know. I don't know, and it's going to be a long process, which is another reason why it's really hard for me, because it could take months potentially, and it already has taken 2 months. So anyways, though, this is kind of going to be a talk about mental health. I've been seeing a therapist, a new therapist, the first real therapist, like sit down counseling therapy person that I've seen in about 3 years. I really like her. I can really connect with her. She's kind of a no bullshit lady. Like, she tells it how it is, and I really have come to appreciate that over the years of, my counseling. I don't feel like I need to, use proper grammar and sit up straight. I can sit there and kind of cuss and be more myself and be a little bit more comfortable, which is really nice. I'm going to therapy because of the things that are going on in my life, and not only because of the things that are going on, but I'm just like, I'm kind of at a rock bottom. And of course, this situation brings out a lot of my issues, and it really takes it to the next level. I went to therapy today, and we were talking about my depression and my anxiety and all that bullshit, my PTSD, and she was just kind of asking me like, okay, so where are you in your depression? Like, how low is low to you when you're in your, deep in your depression? And I explained to her, like, I have little to no motivation to get out of bed. I have to get out of bed because I have a daughter, which I'm thankful for. But if I didn't have my daughter, like, I can't say that I would get out of bed all day. And I told her when my baby was smaller, when she was like more of an infant, like newborn, I use that as an excuse to stay inside and like not go anywhere. Because I'm like, oh, she's too little. It's the middle of June. She's too little. The sun can't see her beautiful baby skin. And now that it's winter, I'm like, oh God, the ice will kill her. The snow will kill her. The cold will kill her. Which, like, obviously, like, it actually is not the best, but put a jacket on the thing, and then there you go. The thing meaning my child. So I'm really grateful for my baby in that sense. But anyways, she was like, how low is low? And I explained to her all of my issues, and she's like, and I told her, I was like, well, low to me is like suicide, and she's like, that's more like rock bottom, like that's it, like that's the end of the line is suicide. But rock bottom / the lowest point is where you're at right now. And I was suicidal a lot of my teenage years, and up to me having my baby, I was suicidal. And when I had my baby, of course, like, priorities change. And then it's like, I have, you know, I'm taking care of this child. I brought this baby into the world. I have to take care of her. And that's, like, that's what I do. And, you know, I'm like, God, like, if I didn't have my baby, where would I be right now? Basically, like, in a fucking hole in the ground. Or a box of dust. And that's really overwhelming to me. But again, I'm thankful for my child. But she was like, besides, my therapist basically explained to me, besides suicide, you're at rock bottom. So, or at the lowest point. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. It's very, like, I don't know. It really, like, oh, okay, wow. I'm like, I thought I was doing pretty good. Like, I thought getting out of bed and taking a shower, you know, once a day was like an accomplishment. And then you kind of hear like, oh, well, you know, that's really, you know, the lowest point. And like, of course there's worse, you know, people, you know, can't get out of bed and they don't go and do the daily things that they need to do. But I thought, you know, oh, like, I'm doing it, you know, I'm making it work. I'm making it work and I'm trying my hardest. So I assumed that was good. So it's just like kind of crazy to me. Oh, there's a parking spot. I'm at the store, sorry. You know, but like, I've been keeping it together and it's just so fucking hard because I'm like, you know, I have this family. I have to be strong for my family. I have to, you know, take care of a child. I have to be a wife or a fiance, whatever. We're common law married, so basically I'm just a wife. I have to be a wife. I have to do the tasks that a parent and just like a significant other does. So I kind of been brushing off my feelings. And it's just really hard. Like last night, I was overwhelmed, and I, like, while everyone was sleeping, I was just bawling in the bathroom. Like, I felt like I was suffocating. I was just, like, so overwhelmed with everything. And the unknown is just completely overwhelming. It truly is. Sorry, there's, like, people walking behind me, and I'm just, like, paranoid. So it's hard because it's like my anxiety makes my mind race. My depression gives me like these dark thoughts. So I'm like in the middle of dark thoughts and, you know, racing dark thoughts basically. So, and I'm having some parental issues with my mom where, you know, she's sadly a part of this legal issue, and there's just, I mean, it'll make a lot more sense when I'm able to explain this, but I'm just in this hole and like not knowing what's gonna happen. I'm just stuck. I'm just waiting on like what's gonna happen to me, what's gonna happen to my family. Like, so me and my therapist have decided to like start making some goals and start learning how to be kind of like an independent woman and start making some goals for myself. So yeah, so I'm excited for that. And it's just, I don't really talk about depression in length and anxiety in length, and I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to talk about this more. I'm just someone who like is so open about it but rarely talks about it, and I've used like my YouTube platform, my social media platform to like get people I connect with about depression, anxiety, and mental health in general, but then I don't really like utilize it, I guess. And I really would like to start, you know, utilizing it. I'd really like to start going in depth about things because You know, there was a point when I was making videos where I was like actually really happy, and I was like, you know, we were struggling, but I was like, oh, you know, like still happy, still a 7 or an 8 out of 10, you know. And now it's catching up to me, and now that I'm realizing that like my 7 or 8 is actually like a 1 or 2 or 2 or 3. So, and I know everyone's gonna have opinions about like, oh well, rock bottom's this, rock bottom's that, but like, you know, I don't know. So there'll be more videos to come, and I'm trying to figure this out, and maybe you can come along with me. So sorry about this long ass video, and sorry about the drive, but I don't know, I put false eyelashes on for the first time today, and I was like, wow, I look decent. So I was like, why the fuck not make a video in the car? There's people in front of me. So have a great day, stay positive, stay safe.